I want you to take time this week to review the Turabian style and paper formatting. This is very important because every paper you write, this theological, should be written in Turabian. And also every paper that you write in this course must be Turabian. It's a requirement. I've included for you a PowerPoint, a video link that will give you additional insight, as well as a template to assist you in formatting your papers in Turabian. Now, if you follow these guidelines, you will be successful. And if you don't, you will get additional exercises in both patience and keyboarding. So please take time to follow these instructions. Now, let me talk about citations for just a moment. That's the footnote or the parenthetical citation that you may choose to identify the author or the source in which you have taken your information. Remember that plagiarism is a sin and will be punished accordingly. It really is a serious issue, and I want you to make sure that you cite each author and source, providing not only the author's name, but also the date in which the author wrote the book and the page in which you found that citation. That would be,
or that you use footnotes in every assignment so that I can watch and know what you're doing. Also, you will find a ministry project proposal template included in your files this week that you may download. Now, this template will work for your entire proposal. This will give you a boost of assurance that you're on the right track, that you're formatting things correctly, and then you just need to make sure you follow that as you go along. Now, don't overthink this assignment. Think of it as a living document, in fact, because you will add to it each week during this course, and in fact, you'll be editing it and adding to it with every passing course that you take. As you learn, as you assess case studies, as you glean from others' experiences, as you grow, so will your paper's insight and knowledge. In fact, you can anticipate changes even in the focus itself, very possibly, as well as the content as we progress in our studies and evaluation. In my own life, I've written several dissertations or began the process and the full study and preparation for it. For example, the first assignment or the first dissertation that I completed or worked on had to do with online education. At the time, I was a dean of online education for Grace College of Divinity, which now is Manning University, and I did a great deal of study. In fact, I read over 100 books that talked about course design and management and online education and all the things that led up to the success of our online department. It's led by other people now, and they're doing an incredible job, but I was honored to be able to be one of the first to pioneer that for our college. I also did a study on spiritual fatherhood, what it means to mentor and ask men and women those hard questions and walk them through the process of spiritual formation. I did that because at the time I was working with students over in China, and one Chinese underground pastor said to me, "No one asks me the hard questions. No one knows what's going on in my life. Would you ask me the hard questions?" And of course, I was honored, but I was also taken back. Who am I to think I could help this brother who pastors not one church, but oversees nearly 1,000 churches in his district? Well, as we were flying across China together, I asked the hard questions. Lo and behold, I discovered that his wife had already told him that when he returned home from our ministry trip, she would not be home. He was desperate. He needed a father to listen to him, to love him, to think with him unjudgmentally, and to work through the issues that had led up to that marital and ministry crisis. I'm happy to report that with just a week together with his wife, we were able to build a plan that helped them to go forward, and their marriage and ministry continues to grow and enjoy success today. Now, it was because of the work that I had done prior to meeting him that enabled me to step in as a doctor of the church and help save a marriage. I'm so grateful to this day. Another course that I developed and program that I looked at was what it would take to develop a postgraduate course of study, a doctorate of ministry course of study. And of course, you are the guinea pigs. No, I'm sorry. You are the ones that are enabling, that are actually participating in that and going through this process of study with me. So over and over, God has helped me. Another one I did was what would it constitute a healthy church and a revitalized church? What would be the process? And in that, I was able to help not only the church that I came to pastor, but other churches understand what a true healthy church looks like and how we might be able to not only diagnose, but then begin to prescribe interventions to help grow that church into a healthier place. So all of these things work together for the good of them that love God and are called according to his purpose. It's normal for you to start maybe down one track, and then as God begins to speak to you or show you new things, you begin to realize that this new thing is really what God is wanting you to do. It's just at some point we have to settle and make sure we go forward and accomplish that goal of solving one of these problems and diagnosing it and providing the proper, not only diagnosis, but the proper steps to help overcome that. So as you complete this section, you'll move move on towards the completion of your ministry project proposal. Now, it'll grow, as I said. When you turn this one in, it'll be just a few pages long. And by the time you turn your final project in, it could be anywhere from 60 to 120 pages. But relax, you have lots of time. And as you continue reading Dr. Flynn's book, and you go back over Dr. Meyer's book, and you read Tim Sensing, and you read all these different books that we're providing for you, and you look through the different context and contents, and you learn to do the research, you begin to narrow your focus, you're going to find wonderful ideas and insights coming forward. Now, remember that we'll have a collaborative this week, and I want you to check in your conference tab for the time and for the link. If you cannot make the meeting, and I know that does happen from time to time, please let me know. And remember that you may watch the video, which we'll record and put online for you later. And you'll then need to write a short 2 to 3 page synopsis of what took place in the meeting, what spoke the most to you, and what you gleaned from that, as well as just other insights. Or please do all that you can to be a part of these transformational groups. They really are key, I believe, in our development. It's real collegiate work. It's where we work together as colleagues and develop ideas, iron sharpening iron, and helping one another, not only to resolve issues that are out there that others are facing, but also it helps us to reflect upon what we're doing in our own life. We need individuals that can speak into our lives, people that it's safe to share with. So moving forward, I look forward to seeing you today or this week in our collaborative, and I just want to say again, God bless you. I love you, and I'm praying for you. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may the Lord cause his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you and give to you his peace that passes all understanding. May he cause your eyes to see and your heart to burn with that question that needs to be resolved to help your congregation, your ministry context impact the world in which you live and to advance God's kingdom, making it hard to go to hell from where you live. God bless you, and I'll see you in the collaborative.